So today I want to talk about a subject that popped into my mind at the end of my run today, and that's the topic of faith in running. One thing I've noticed over the past several years, coaching about 50 different athletes, is that I don't see a ton of difference in the development between athletes who simply follow the plan as it's laid out for them and those who seem like they want to have more control and question and understanding of the plan and maybe want to tweak it a little bit here and there and want to have more input into it. And I was thinking about that and how it relates to just belief in the process. So have you ever wondered how so many great runners at the highest level, well, for one thing, are religious, are Christian mostly, and this isn't going to be a episode about Christianity or faith in God, but more so about just belief in the path that you are on, right? And whether you are religious or have a set of beliefs, or you work with a coach who is looking out for you, or work with a team that's looking out for you and really has your best interests in mind. When you follow that kind of path, you have a unique opportunity to relinquish some of your control and just go with the flow, go with the path that's laid out for you, and fully trust that everything is going to work out and you're going to get to where you want to go. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't question the path you're on. If you don't understand why you're doing something, don't understand the benefit, think it should be slightly different. It is important to ask why. But, any kind of path you're following, generally it's going to be a proven one, right? One that's many, many hundreds or thousands of people have followed and seen great results in, especially if you're working in some kind of community with a coach or with a team. You're following a proven path. So what I found is if you can relinquish some of your sense of control, right, and just follow the steps that are laid out in front of you, go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3, and each step along the way, check in with yourself, check in with your community, explain how you're feeling, make sure everything's feeling okay. If it's not, ask and maybe modify that path a bit. But the more you can just kind of trust the process of what you're going through and take inspiration from all those who've come before you, I think the more you can just kind of focus on enjoying the day and have this sense of trust, belief, or faith that it's going to work out and you'll get there and you're in good hands. So when it comes to running, right, you look at any of the training philosophies that are out there, marathoners generally follow the same thing, right? If I was to break this down simplistically, it would be, a 12 to 20 week program, gradually increasing your mileage over the duration of that season, starting off with a base building phase, going into more of a speed development phase, and then in the last several months doing marathon specific work, right? Generally, these plans are going to include some combination of a weekly speed run in the form of intervals or a fartlek or a track workout, some kind of a tempo run, which is generally going to be on the road or trail, and some kind of a long run, which may or may not include speed work into it. Runners really like to control stuff and we really like to optimize. I think it's in our nature. And we spend so much time just wanting to make sure that every workout is perfect, right? It's like, should we be doing 6 intervals or 8 intervals or 10 miles or 8 miles or 12 miles or 5:50 pace or 6-minute pace or 7:30 pace? And should we go for 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 1 minute, or how much rest should we have, right? It goes on and on and on and on and on. But it's the principles of consistency, of consistent running, consistent moderate levels of workouts, occasional hard workouts, and stringing that together in a frequency that makes sense for you, your unique physiology, and gradually increasing your workload over time, which is common amongst every training plan. And that's how all runners who want to be competitive see results. So when you choose to join a team, work with a coach, follow the path of others. Maybe that's follow a training plan you find online that you've done a lot of research to try to understand how it works, and you're going to self-coach. Or you read a book and follow the plan laid out in that book, right? Just trust the process. You don't need to worry so much about every little thing, right? And then over time, realize that progress is gradual, but month over month, you should be seeing some improvement if you're consistent. And whenever you have any kind of self-doubt, reach out to your support team, reach out to your coach, reach out to your running friends, reach out to your community online. And when you do that, you'll, over time, develop the faith that you're on the right path. When you get to the starting line of a race, you want to be confident that you can do it. And yes, you're always going to have some nerves that never goes away. But when you get to that starting line and you can reflect back on all of the training you've done, and you know that you're confident, you've done the work, you've done what it takes to be there, be worthy to be at that starting line and run the race you're going to run. It's just so much easier. So, do you have faith with your running? Or do you, question everything that you're doing constantly and wonder if it's the right thing? I've lately been trying to just go with what works, go with what's proven, and stick with it for a while. So my question for you today is, what do you have faith in with your running? What are you unsure about? Let me know. You can find me at www.knightonruns.com and on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Knighton Runs. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I hope you have a great day.